Today, I will be talking to you about the coronavirus. Did you know there's hundreds of thousands of people, even millions, that have the coronavirus worldwide or have had it? Today, I'll be covering three main points. Have we done enough to stop the spread of the coronavirus? What is the coronavirus? And what are the consequences of the coronavirus? On to my first point, you may be wondering what the coronavirus is. The coronavirus is a deadly form of the cold that has infected millions of people worldwide and even killed hundreds of thousands of people worldwide. The coronavirus is in more than 300 countries around the world, and it is spreading rapidly to more countries each day. The coronavirus originated in China and rapidly spread because China did not report cases until the middle of December, when they had cases started in early December. The symptoms of the coronavirus are basically the same symptoms as a common cold. So like coughing, sneezing, and breathing on someone. That's why you must be 2 meters or 6 feet away from someone if you're in public. On average, if you do get the coronavirus, you will infect 2 to 3 people. Once you have the coronavirus, you have a 1 in 5 chance of surviving, depending on your health condition and your age. So if you've got underlying medical issues, you're more likely to die. And if you're over the age of 70, you probably will have some very lifelong complications or die. In my opinion, if you stay away from people and you keep the 6 feet to 2 meter distancing rule, you will not get the coronavirus. And don't be stupid if you have cold or flu symptoms, because you can contact a doctor by email or phone call and make an appointment with them. If you think you might have the coronavirus, to get tested, and they'll book you into a special time slot so you can get checked out by a medical professional so you do not infect more people. On to my second point. Have we done enough to stop the spread of the coronavirus? Some people say we've hardly done anything to stop the spread of the coronavirus. All we have stopped the spread of the coronavirus, all we have done is quarantine some people in makeshift hospitals and camps. And we still don't know until someone's about to board a plane and fly back to their home country if they have the coronavirus. Even people still fall through the gaps with testing, and they still pass it on to people because we are not testing enough people. Even though some countries are saying they are testing at full capacity, which is a complete and utter lie. Because if they were testing at full capacity, they would not let people slip through the gaps. And if they were testing at full capacity, it would not have spread to over 300 countries around the world and killed hundreds of thousands of people. And there would have been millions of people infected as well. And another thing is, countries are not putting tight enough restrictions in. If they were putting tight enough restrictions in, it wouldn't have spread across countries and killed tens of thousands of people in each country. Take Italy and America, for example. They only started closing region by region off, which means they were having tens of thousands of people die a week. The Chinese president said they did all they can with limited time and resources, which is complete and a lie because they had known about the coronavirus for about a month before they announced it to the world. And in that month span, you had people travelling across the world and leaving Wuhan, China, that made the coronavirus spread more rapidly. If we had done enough to stop the spread of the coronavirus, it wouldn't be in nearly every country in the world. And we wouldn't have had hundreds of thousands of people die, and millions of people infected. Even though 1 in 5 people will die, and the rest are most likely to recover with minor effects, it is still really bad compared to other diseases like SARS. Now on to my third point. What are the consequences of the coronavirus? One of the big main consequences is tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of people dying in countries. You've also got the loss of revenue to the economies and companies, and a lot of companies have had to delay staff off because of the coronavirus. And only in select few countries actually put pay packets out, for example New Zealand, and there's only a select few countries that actually have put a system in to solve coronavirus. So like even big companies like Bunch of Balloons are losing millions of dollars in revenue a week from coronavirus because they cannot operate in their factories because their factories are in China, and basically nearly all factory work in China has come to a halt unless it is for essential goods. Even car factories are producing products that help the efforts fight with coronavirus. Another thing is only essential services are allowed to be open in coronavirus. For example, hospitals, doctors and pharmacies and supermarkets. If you're not an essential service, you cannot operate when your country is in lockdown. So if you have a small business and your country doesn't put a pay package thing in, you're likely to go bankrupt. And the world's losing billions of dollars a day in revenue, and countries are losing millions of dollars a day for their economy. And the thing is, the death toll keeps rising and rising each day because people are not following the rules. If you follow these simple rules, the coronavirus would have never spread. So I think if you did follow these rules, the coronavirus would have only ever stayed in a handful of countries. But people are stupid and they do not follow the simple guidelines and rules that were set by governments. In conclusion, the coronavirus is a deadly cold that has killed hundreds of thousands of people today and infected millions of people worldwide. So be very smart about where you travel and the people you interact with, and keep to your bubble. And don't get the coronavirus, over a million people in the world. And so be very smart and remember to wash your hands. Thank you very much.